everyone. Oh my gosh, my camera's gone. Where did it go? Well, look at my settings. They are just all messed up. Hello, everyone. Let me bring my face camera back. I have no idea what happened. I don't know where it went. I got this whole thing going, and it is just being so difficult. Hi, Nona. Give me just a moment. I don't know where my I don't know where my face went. It's here. It just isn't here. Thank you so much. I'm like genuinely confused as to where my face is. It says my camera is on, but then it's not on. Oh, I know what's wrong. There we go. I went to the wrong screen. Hi, everyone. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. I went to my normal live and not my grinding set. Anyway, not important. Not important at all. Yes. Hello, everyone. I have nothing on my computer running except for the stream. So I have the chat up on my phone. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that everything is good and my phone doesn't die and my computer doesn't crash. So previously my computer had been crashing because I had been using a USB extender or like a USB hub, so it's giving me more USB ports. If the stream crashes, I will be back and we will just do something else. So I really wanted to keep working on this, and someone asked me last stream if we could do a grinding stream. We're gonna give it the old college try. And yeah, so I have my grinder set up over there. Like I said, if the stream crashes, if it ends, then just hang tight. I'll just have to wait for my computer to restart. I will get everything set up and we'll just cut some glass. I have a bunch of bears and stuff that I still need to cut. I have a bunch of charms that I need to cut. So we have other things we can do. I just wanted to work on this. So thank you so much, Mr. Collins. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the USB extender or like the USB hub or whatever it's called that it just doesn't like it. My computer doesn't like it. That's why it was crashing. Although anyway, we'll figure it out. Hopefully this is a decent setup. Like I said, literally all I have open is my music and my stream. So we're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this. These spots right here, whoops, are clear glass. So it's this like clear, bubbly kind of glass that's gonna go in the greenhouse window. And yeah, so we're just gonna kind of get to getting. I still have to cut up some of the glass for like these pieces, but I was having a hard time deciding on it yesterday. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, so there's a high likelihood that my computer will crash then. I have a cooling pad, but I don't have enough USB ports. Actually, I technically do, but I don't want to overload it, right? It's like a circular problem where if I plug in my cooling mat into the USB port, will it make it work harder or will it cool it off? I wish I had a little fan or something. Nonetheless, we're just going to hope and pray. Worst case scenario, if it ends. If it ends, it ends. And we'll just work on some bears. But yeah, anyway, I hope everyone is doing really well today. Hello, Noctis. How are you doing? Good morning. So let's just let's go ahead and get into it. Oh no, my chat. I can bring my phone over here. Yay. Oh, schedule breaks. That's a good idea. So hopefully the audio isn't going to absolutely obliterate your ear holes. I have my phone in the chat over here, so while I'm grinding, I can look at the chat, and so hopefully you'll still be able to hear me, but it won't be too loud. So we will... Let me adjust just a little tiny bit. This is my my light right here. You see the reflection. So I think that's pretty good for a view though. So good morning, Dizzy. How are you? I think you said you're using an external USB hub. If so, I found some issues can come from being underpowered if you're only powering the hub plugged into the laptop and not the laptop itself. Oh, well, I have, if I didn't have my computer plugged in, it would be dead in like 3 minutes. So, I'm doing well though. Thank you, Noctis, for asking. Let's go ahead and get into this. So some kind of exciting news is that today yesterday I ordered some supplies to do some mosaics. So I'm actually going to commit to doing some mosaics, and I thought that it'd be kind of fun to do mosaics for the first time on stream, possibly, maybe. We'll see. And then I also... this morning I went to Quest Diagnostics because I got my lead levels tested for the first time because there were a few comments said at the last stream that made me sweat and almost hyperventilate after the stream and the next day because they said they got cancer from lead fumes and stuff. So my hypochondriac self like went into anxiety overdrive, and so I scheduled a lead level test. So we'll see. I think I'll be fine. I think everything's fine, but I did that. I just meant maybe try powering the hub and plugging a charger directly into the laptop. Gotcha. I'm a software engineer and have recently dealt with this at work and tried a bunch of troubleshooting stuff, and that seems to work best. Oh, okay. Hey, Sam. Yes, mosaics. What did I just do? I just did this piece. Exposure is a little high, but that's fine. I got tested not that long ago. I need to call and check on that. Very good. Very good. An acrobat ant. Depending on what the results are going to change everything. So hopefully everything is fine. I'm actually pretty paranoid about lead. Like, I have D-lead wipes, and this Sunday I went through my entire studio, and I, like, everything that's like a high traffic touching thing, I used a de-leading spray, and I sprayed everything down. So I, after that comment, I was just like, oh my God. So it's been a few years, and I wasn't even aware that it was a thing. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't know if it's just like a thing no one talks about, which it's not. Like, in any conversation I've ever had with a veteran stained glass artist, I have never had them tell me to get my lead levels checked. So I don't know if that's just something that people don't talk about, and they do it, which would be very surprising to me, considering that seems like it would be a really important thing to mention. So you think that would be a little bit more emphasized, but it's not. So I scheduled that, and I scheduled a few other tests too. So I got those done this morning, and hopefully it'll come back in a few days. But I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna make a video about it. So once I get the results back, I'll start planning that. This is ugly. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I really appreciate that. I was keeping this piece a secret for a very long time, but I've gotten far enough into it now that I'm pretty confident that I can finish it before someone else tries to yoink my pattern, because that happened with my dreamy space window that I was so upset about. So I should be able to finish this in the next few days. Hopefully. Although I might eventually end up just offering this pattern in my shop too. So, because I don't think I ever want to make this again. This was 115 pieces, and I actually added more pieces. So this was originally going to be one, this was supposed to be one piece right here. So you can see how that's just one solid piece. And then I decided to split it up. So it's actually more like 120 or so. If not more. So I don't think they get tested, but we should change that. Getting tested, talking about it, and making everyone safer for it. Exactly. That's my idea, Dizzy. Like, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I just felt like safety was never emphasized with me. I actually had like a really big crisis about that this weekend. That was like partially what was not crisis, but I was like, I struggle with anxiety a lot, and I don't really talk about that much on my streams, and like people don't really, maybe I have, but I have really bad anxiety, and I especially have like since I was in high school, I've been a really bad hypochondriac. So any weird symptom that I get, anything just stresses me out, and I'm just like, well, I have cancer and I'm gonna die. So obviously that's not rational and it's not healthy, but it's just like my endless cycle that I deal with, that I tend to go back and forth with getting better about, and then not, you know. Anyway, so being told that someone got cancer and then had to spend $30,000 to like get lead removed and stuff, I was just like, what? I never see artists using gloves half the time. Like when I go to classes, or if I've seen any classes, I don't see the people teaching them wearing gloves when they're soldering. I don't see them wearing masks. They don't have anything. They like, it's an open room most of the time, but they don't have smoke absorbers like all the classes I've seen. So this, like, I had like almost like a huge paradigm shift this weekend where I was just like, this needs to change. So I'm getting my levels tested. Anyway, I'm not trying to scare people. I'm not trying to stress people out. I'm just telling you my thought process this whole weekend and what happened this weekend. Or one of the things that happened. Like, you would just think that more people would talk about it, right? Hey, Ray, how's it going? Welcome in. How are you doing? This feels wrong. This was actually prompted by your suggestion, Ray, so I'm hoping the stream doesn't die. The cameras, this might overload my computer. Hopefully it doesn't. So if it does, I said this earlier, we will be, I'll restart the stream and we'll just do something else. But yeah, I'm doing all right. Just trying to get as much work done as possible this week. This weekend I'm going to my dad's house. Okay, great. This weekend we're going to my dad's house for Easter, so I will not be streaming on Sunday, and I'll be streaming all week, but this weekend we're gonna be gone Saturday and Sunday, so I'm trying to get as much work done as possible until then. And yeah, just chilling. I don't want to add to the paranoia. I will say the person I learned stained glass from died of lung cancer. That said, I don't know them very well, and they could have been a smoker and had other risk factors. Already looking fab, enjoying your watching you. Thank you so much. And yeah, no, that's totally something that I've thought of before. I know a lot of smokers who smoke their entire lives and have nothing happened, and I know people that are healthy. They treated their entire life like they were just this divine being and they never did anything, and then they died of cancer when they were like 60. So I haven't been soldering on stream as much because it's really hard for me to wear the mask and be on stream and have my glasses fog up and stuff. But I use N95s. I probably will not be doing any soldering streams anytime soon, but I have a respirator that I just bought too. So I've been using disposable N95s because I just had a bunch sitting around. So yeah, genetics is a strange thing. Also, welcome, glass person. How are you doing, other glass person? That's what water is for, an event for soldering. And hi Sarah, welcome. Sorry, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the chat. Just because it's a different, I'm on my phone and normally it's on my computer. I'm trying to like make it so I don't overheat my computer and have a bunch of stuff up. But yeah, genetics is very weird. Talking about hypochondriac, that is me big time. Now that yeah, it's really bad. I try not to let it bother me, but if my lead levels do come back any abnormal amount, we will just figure it out, and I might have to change what I do a bit, and we might have to do another type of glass medium. Who knows? That's why I got mosaic stuff, just in case, and I've been wanting to try it. You know I've been talking about it forever. Hello from London. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with me. I'm a new learner. Yeah, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in and watching. We're talking all about safety, obviously, as you can tell. Better safe than sorry when it comes to soldering. Yeah, so I was doing streams where I have plenty of ventilation in here. I always had a fan on. But any streams that I do with soldering in the future, I am going to just be completely, like, alien masked up. So because I was like, oh, my glasses fog up and people can't hear me as well. I don't care anymore. Like, y'all are gonna deal with it if we do a if we do a soldering stream. Hi Verziga, how are you? Did you get your blood checked for lead? Yes, I did. Hi Lexi, thank you so much. Yeah, so today I went to Quest Diagnostics. I scheduled this on Friday night, actually. After the comments you had said, Ray, I was like, it's time. So I scheduled it. I went and got the test done today. They just took blood, and then I got some other tests done. I just ordered them just to make sure, like, just my own personal stuff. And yeah, so we should get that back in a few days. I will definitely be letting people know, and I'll be making a video about it regardless of what the results are. So me too. It's not because I think I have no symptoms or anything, and please don't anyone be like, oh, well, you can have high lead levels with no symptoms. I know. Please don't add to my anxiety. But poison yourself for our amusement. No. Maybe get a tiny fan to blow on the target piece. I've seen people do that. Yeah, so like I have my air conditioner pointed at me, so it's blowing things this way. But we're gonna be super, super cautious. Like I said, I normally am, and like off screen and when I'm by myself, I have like my exhaust fan, I have doors open, I like de-lead everything. I use my de-lead wipes on my hands all day. So anyway, hey Deuce, welcome. Hello, how are you? Just wash your hands and you'll be fine. Don't inhale flux. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have de-lead wipes, a de-lead spray, and then I also have a de-leading soap in our house. So when I'm done for the day, I'll wash my hands. So I think I'm fine. Don't let my anxiety leach into the stream. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing too. I love the smell of flux. Yes, they make wipes. Here, I'll show you. I'm sorry I'm not grinding very much. So this is one of the things that I have is de-wipe towels, and it's for like heavy metals and stuff. And then I have this spray. Yeah, concentrate. Snow is on the way. My goodness. Flux and burning cork. Mm. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get back into grinding. I'm sorry, I'm just talking. I'm just like telling you, and I want to make sure that I am. Part of the anxiety this weekend was I felt bad because I felt like even though I know I talk about like don't eat while you're soldering, don't do this, whatever. I know I say this all the time. I know I say you have proper ventilation. I was just like, what if I haven't been good enough about talking to people about that? And so I'm going to make an effort to do that more. So don't be a D-wipe. It's not like the Roman days where they drank cups with ungodly amounts of lead. Exactly. And we even had lead pipes like everywhere up until like they were like, oh god, this is a terrible idea in like the 50s and 60s. Actually, it was in the 60s and 70s, I think. And I think it was officially banned in 86. But anyway, let's stay safe, everyone. And let's grind these pieces. My lord, I'm so distracted. I love you all. I don't want anyone to get sick. Everything's fine. Love you. Just don't eat. Don't eat while you solder, all that stuff. Or just use de-lead wipes if you have to. Hi, Cassie. How are you? Good old government, right? What piece are we gonna do next? Yeah, so I ordered all the stuff to do some mosaics, which I'm super excited about. When everything comes in, I have a really good idea up in my my old noggin. So whenever all that stuff comes in, I want to do a special stream. It's going to be a glass on glass mosaic stream, which I'm very excited about. I have to figure out all the details for what exactly I'm going to be making, but I think it's going to be fantastic. Headed up to NC to set up a huge job. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, and I wear gloves, and I use de-lead wipes, and I just like, ugh. SunBear says, eat and drink your lead every day to grow up big and strong. Yep. Don't do that. Are you using silicone or grout or both? So I'm going to be, I am just using grout, I believe. So I ordered MAC glue, which is just like, I forget what it stands for, something art, whatever. But MAC glue. I heard people can also use Wellbond, but I've read better reviews about MAC glue, but it's more expensive. So I got a bottle of that. It's like a 4-ounce bottle. I'm gonna be getting some black grout, and then I have a really special idea. Yeah, I have an idea in my brain. All right, perfect. I'm caught up on chat. Drink your fluoride too. Yeah, make sure you drink your fluoride infused water out of your lead cup, and you're good to go. Put some fluoride tablets in the water just to be extra safe. And that's awesome. I do stained glass stuff, but my stuff is in storage. Do you have an Instagram, Mojo? Have I seen your stuff before? Your name sounds so familiar. I'm glad, Ray. I'm glad you like it. Okay, gotcha. There's an artist that I think their name is like Mojo Glass Artistry or something like that, and I was just curious if that was you, but I guess it is not. Especially because I know that they stopped making glass for a while. Good. Yeah, that would be awesome. I love seeing other people's stuff. I love it. So I would absolutely love if you shared with us. I don't know how much painting I'll be doing on this. There's like some black designs that Atlas... So this is, for those who don't know, this is an Atlas moth. I thought that this would be really cool. They have really, really cool designs. I'm not sure if I'm going to do painting on this, although I feel like that would kind of be the icing on the cake. They have really cool designs, like black. There's just... Their wing designs are insane. So I'm uncertain, and I don't know what colors to do for these pieces, because they have like this bluish gray. But I figured we can start working on this, which this is... There, you can see it a little bit better. English muffle, and yeah, you get it. Luna moths are badass. Heck yeah! I have some tiny Luna moths that I'm currently working on. So this is a pattern that I made originally that's like 13 inches, but I decided to make some tiny ones, and I'm not entirely happy with the painted details quite yet. I think I like this one. This is Sharpie over here, but this is the actual paint. I don't know what else to add to this to make it better, but so we have these tiny mods on here as well. Got late on the lead talks, but after 3 years in the Army and 7 years working in the airport, I'm still good, so don't worry. Thank you so much. I figured that there are people that have way more exposure. So I appreciate you coming in and saying that and quelling my slightly irrational anxiety. Appreciate you. Welcome in. All right. I don't know what to work on. Oh, we're gonna do this. There we go. Now, I'm kind of regretting my decision. Hey, Nanny, what's up? So I don't know how well you can see this. Very well, actually. So each one of these little flowers has two microscopic pieces of glass right here. So you can see this is what adds to the complexity of this circle. Let me bring you in a little bit closer while we work on this. How you doing, Nanu? What's up? What is up? But I think our goal, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start with these inside yellowish pieces. It's like kind of, I think this one's called flaxen is the color. It's like just a pale yellow. So we'll start in there and then we'll work our way out and get this little stained glass window, mini stained glass window going. I don't know, Nanu. I don't know. I drew it. I found this beautiful greenhouse on Pinterest, and this is like based on that. It's like some old abandoned greenhouse, and so I incorporated that. And when I did the drawing, I was like, this shouldn't be that bad. And I printed it out, and I was just like, what have I done? What have I done to myself? Yeah, we'll see what happens, Hestia. I'm gonna go in and mark all of this excess stuff with a silver Sharpie so I can see it better. I sold my Shattered Dreams piece I made for my virtual art show. The couple running in bought it. Oh, very nice. Hi, I should still be asleep, so I'm gonna lurk and listen. Okay, welcome. How are you? Oh, wait, no, you're supposed to sleep. Don't talk. Don't talk. Let me move this over a little bit more because I'm kind of hovering here. So... This one makes my eye twitch. Yeah, this will be a really fun pattern if I do decide to sell this. I expect people to have all sorts of fun pulling their hair out when they do this. I mean, I think it's going to be worth it, but we'll see. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, it's getting hidden behind my face camera. I'm sorry. Thank you for following whoever followed. By the way, I just finished my first piece. It was, don't know how to pronounce that, Jewish door blessing that my grandma started before she passed away. It was harder than I thought. Oh, very nice. Job security? Yeah. Like, here's this pattern. No one actually is able to make it. That little cottage shed barn is sweet. Put experience level novice on it. Very cool. What do you think you're gonna do next for your next piece? After the mezuzah? How do you choose colors? They look amazing. I know red and orange would have been so happy. Wait, oh. I know red and orange are more expensive. Yeah, so I went to the store and I went to my glass store and I had this moth in mind. Like I had already drawn it and I have the mock-up done, like the colors in the outline, and I had something in my brain and I just looked around and I picked like 5 sheets of glass. This glass actually on the tips of the wings right here, this was one of the sheets that Oceanside Glass and Tile sent me for the promotional thing that I helped them with. So this worked perfectly, and then I just found, I had this glass already, I found this. This is from the same sheet of glass. It's just darker in certain spots. And this. So yeah, there's 5 sheets that I got. Right? Oh my gosh. Old style Gothic greenhouses are my favorite aesthetic by far. My daughter is sick. So I'm up with her, but on the plus side, I've managed to redesign my logo and care cards for shipping. Very nice. Something fantasy or gaming related. I have, there's a design I drew for this update that I haven't even printed out that I forgot about. I drew a new lantern that you just reminded me of it. All right, I feel like this is a little wonky. It just feels a little bit off. Like this right here is a little bit higher, so I'm gonna just take that side down a bit. This needs to come in. Oh yeah. So the reason why you reminded me of that with the was my first shop update that I did that was themed. It was Dungeons and Dragons themed. It was fantasy role playing themed, and I did a lantern, and I just redrew a lantern because the first design was actually really simple, or more simple than I wanted it to be if I made another one. So I drew one up, and I am so excited for it. If I can finish it in the next 2 weeks, I'll be super happy. My shop update is on Earth Day, which is April 22nd, and obviously I don't have that much done for it, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, we're fine. Sometimes simple is best so you don't overwhelm yourself. Like with the moth. Yeah. So, there's actually a little bit of complexity with the original lantern that I did that required a ring saw, but I just wanted to outdo myself, I think. So I drew it way more complex for this upcoming shop update. 'Cause, you know, it's just how I roll at this point. It's just how we do. But I figure, like, this is the most complex thing I've ever done. So if I only finish this and then a few other things, like the bears and some charms, then I'll be happy. Like, I'm not too worried about getting a million things out, because that's normally what I aim for, and this time I just don't know if I want to do that, so... A low frequency issues forth across all platforms. What? Hi, Yam. Thank you so much. Do you by any chance use a color wheel to pick out colors for some of your work? I don't, actually. One of my friends asked me about color theory, and I was like, I don't formally have any training in color theory whatsoever. I just kind of pick things that I feel look really good together, so I don't know if that's like an inherent thing that I just know how to do or what. But yeah, I generally don't. Now, technically, I do have a color wheel when I'm picking colors for, like when I'm doing my outlines. So I will try to, if I'm like, you know, doing a custom piece, I'll try to do like complementary colors, like the background, and I don't try to make them look too similar and that sort of thing. But like for this, I just kind of picked the glass that I felt like looked like the moth, so. Molly! Because of mesothelioma, I'm probably overthinking. I think that if you want to do that, then I ground too much off the end. There's nothing wrong with that. I made it too short. Well. I'm really having to stand on my tiptoes for this. Uh-huh. There we go. Looking good. How much are HEPA filters? My lord, don't make me spend money on another thing. Oh my gosh. Can you see what I'm doing? Here, I'll move down here. Do you add grinding oil to your grinder? I do not. I just add water, and then sometimes I used to use grinder coolant, but generally I don't grind as much as I used to, so I don't have to do that. Like the water, I use cold water. Hey Mags, welcome in. I shouldn't have said anything. Links, put links in my Discord, please. Let me get a HEPA filter. Just link it up. Just let me go buy it. It's fine. Fine, I'll just write it off on taxes next year. It's whatever. I'm not sure if solder fumes have lead in them. It may just be flux burning off. I guess I can test by capturing fumes in a filter and then testing it for lead. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know if the toxicity, and I don't want to like keep touching on this too much because I don't think my heart can take it today. Ooh! Snake plant, I need that. I've been wanting to get one. How about I cover my entire shed with snake plants and I have a HEPA filter? What if what I do is I just walk around in PPE every waking moment of my day and then I'll be fine. And then I'll be good. I'll wear a respirator every waking moment. I'll make sure I have a comfortable one for sleeping in. It'll be great. I might die of lack of oxygen, but it'll be great. I just, I go through little spits and spats of, anxiety. I don't know what causes it. I don't know what causes it to flare up sometimes. But it's like a pretty common thing that happens. It's been happening worse, in the last few months. A lot worse, but there's other factors that play there, but I try to stay grounded as much as possible. Y'all are learning some new stuff about me today. How inherently anxious I am. How did your fair go, Megs? Was it successful? Mary Jane helps with my anxiety, but how can you be stressed with such a badass class? Oh, trust me. If there's a will, there's a way. No, there's just personal things that have happened in the last few months. So is the grinding for making it smooth or grinding it down to size? It's for both. So because the method that we are doing right now is Tiffany style stained glass, I'm going to be applying copper foil around each one of the pieces. I don't even want to think about how long that's going to take me. But we apply copper foil, and to get the proper adhesion to the glass, you want it to be as smooth as possible. Well, technically, you want it to be even, and you're actually roughing up the edges, so it kind of has more to stick to, and you're also shaping it. So, hi Terry, thank you so much. But yeah, I have really high-powered CBD gummies. Not saying anyone else should take them. I'm not a doctor. Please don't ban me, YouTube. But that's what I take. Thank you so much, Terry. I take them all day, every day, and they help for sure. Brian took some one time, and he was like knocked out asleep. He was like, "How do you take that much?" And I was just like, I'm just anxious, man. I don't know what to say. Shaping. I like shapes. Welcome. We have lots of shapes going on here. I just Googled this. Can I get lead poisoning from solder? Yes. Thank you for the follow. And thank you, Ray. We had already figured that part out, but thank you for Googling. Yeah, I got the strong ones for sure. Trust me, my anxious weekend I had with lead, I had lots of fun going on Google and convincing myself that I was going to die. Fish for dinner because fish is delish and rice is nice. I sold one item for $5, however I decided to stay longer since they were being small. Very nice! That is awesome! Congrats, Mags! That is fantastic! Yeah, if Brian ever has them, I think because I just eat them all the time that I'm used to it, but if Brian has them, he eats like a half of one, a CBD gummy for those who might be what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of it. It doesn't make you, it relaxes you and that's it. There's no other effects. But he'll eat half of one. I just pop two every few hours. Great. Do you have any tips for cutting curved shapes? Is it better to cut in several pieces? Cut it to several pieces. So it really depends on the curve, band chick, but there's a few different ways you can do it. For like super concave parts, I have a ring saw. Otherwise, I don't know exactly what you're specifically referring to, like how big of a curve, but I generally will do it in a few different cuts. But I also use a method called the back tap method, which is a way to like, I get really complex cuts out of that, and it's really pretty reliable. So what I do is I'll score the glass, and then I gently tap the back of the glass, like I score the top, and then I use my my cutting tool, and I'll tap the back, and it deepens the score line, and you can get these really weird wiggly cuts from it. Yeah, how good you are with your paws. Yes, exactly. Rachel, did you get your blood test results for the lead back, or what happened? Sorry I missed so much. Can't always catch up with my stream. Psychotropic! That's the word I was thinking of. Thank you so much, Dizzy. I was like, psychoactive. I was like, that's not the right word. So, Rock and Roadkill, I just got the test done today. I got the blood test done this morning at about 9:30, so the results will probably be back in a few days. So, I will be definitely letting people know what the results are, regardless of if they're good or bad. I doubt they'll be bad. I'm sure it's fine. But Dizzy's so smart. The curve in a pipe wave. So, there's a few different techniques you can use, right? So you can try to cut, like say you're trying to cut like a concave spot. Let me grab a pencil. So if we have our wave, right, and say, pretend this is a better wave. So we're trying to cut, oh, you can't even see it, my lord. No, I just got it done, but thank you for asking. I will definitely be updating people. So say this is your piece of glass that you want to cut, right? And you want to cut this out. So this is probably going to be a little bit too concave unless you have a ring saw. But what I would do is, this is your end of your piece of glass. I would make cuts like this. Like I would use my cutting tool and I would cut here. And I would try to just make as these little indents as possible. For something like this too, you could also use your grozing pliers and use the grozing method, which gets glass everywhere. So make sure, of course, you should already be wearing your safety glasses, but I'm just going to be injecting safety things all the time now. But, and do it over a bowl, and you can turn your grozing pliers over, and you can score this a bunch, and then you can groze that out, if that makes sense. The docs are like, there's no high lead levels, but there's enough CBD. There probably would be. Oh my god, I'm not kidding how much I take. It's wild. Brian has no idea how I'm awake all the time. You'll be fine for sure. I think so too. Alright. Mojo, you're funny. You're a funny little character. Okay, so we have this done. I still haven't cut the centerpiece out, but we'll do that later. I don't want to do it right now. Safety first, always! I'm gonna be shoving it down everyone's throat. Safety first forever. Don't worry. This is not the first or the last time you're gonna hear it. Oh, it's a pretty good fit. Good job, me. It's a little bit off the top we need to take, but that's pretty good. I do take a lot. It's true. It's the truth. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick because I am parched. Just parched. My phone is at 40%, 39% battery, so let's hope that my phone can last another hour. I think it will. All right, moving on. I can't see it. My camera is like directly in view. I think this side needs to be taken down a little bit. This side needs to be rounded out. Okay. I think that's good. The person who takes the longest to grind pieces that I've ever seen, and this is such a good thing, I'm not even saying this like it's bad. If you've ever watched Glasswork Pixie on Twitch, she's another glass artist, And her grinding, she's so precise with her grinding. It is amazing. It's amazing. Oh, my least favorite part about grinding is the little glass pieces that get y'all itchy. Did I put everyone to sleep? Is this grinding stream like visual ASMR? is everyone sleepy? I have no idea if I actually want these are so small. I don't know how I'm gonna grind them either. All the CBD talk, it's actually just bleeding into everyone. You guys are getting like virtual I love it. Carry on, everyone who's just chilling and vibing. Carry on. I love it. What will be left of them after foil? Dizzy, I don't know. So for these, they're so little. For these, I'm probably going to use my tiniest foil and just hope and pray that there's something left. I don't know if it's worth the effort of grinding it down or if I should just like fill it in with solder. Those are big gaps to fill with solder though. That's the only problem. They'll be tiny, teeny tiny. So what we'll do, let's do a test piece. Let's do a little tiny test piece. So we'll grind one up and then we'll foil it with the tiny foil and we'll see how much is left. So let's grab, gotta make sure it's the right placement. There we go. Okay, so this one, my God. So I have this tiny thing up here, but I think I'm gonna try to grind it at first with this. We'll see if I can. What have I done? Ugh. There's just something relaxing about watching you grind and placing the glass. Well, that's good. I figured everyone, that's what I figured. I figured everyone was just getting sleepy. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that fit. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to round this out a little bit on the top. Not like it matters really all that much. Oh, I wish Charlie was here. Charlie would be aghast at these pieces. Okay. So there's... It's so little! It's probably, it's about a centimeter. Like this edge right here is about 1 centimeter. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, let's go ahead and see if we can foil this up. So I'm gonna clean up the edge real quick with some isopropyl alcohol on this clean washcloth. And then that should be good. Thank you so much for the follow, whoever just followed. Sorry your name is hidden behind my face camera. Oh, thanks. Welcome. Spot on. Heck yeah. Okay, so my tiniest foil that I have here is 5/16. 3/16? What is it? I always forget. 3/16? 3/16. Yes. So normally I use 7/32 and then sticker? What sticker? What did I miss? Oh, I can't see D-Live chats that have stickers on here. Okay. Can you see what I'm doing? Kind of. Oh! Sorry. Might get dizzy. Okay, so we're gonna place our foil. I do love torturing myself with small details, Hestia. I sure do. Alright, grab our scissors. This one is going to be a doozy. This moth is going to be quite expensive because of how many pieces there are. But that's okay. It's worth it. You need a jeweler's loop. What does that mean? What's a jeweler's loop? Sorry, this song is so loud. I don't know why it's so loud. Oh, yeah! Heck yeah. Terry! Terry drew that, and Terry also drew the one of Molly. It's so good. I'm currently viewing the chat, by the way, on Twitch. So I can't see certain things about D-Live, so I'm sorry if I'm missing, like, stickers and stuff. It's just the fastest, like, I just prefer to have Twitch up because it's, like, really fast. The most reliable, I would say, without, like, YouTube minimizes the chat a lot, I've found, so. Okay, so this is our piece. It didn't all get swallowed up by foil. You can still see through it. So, yeah, this'll work. It's gonna be insane to do all these pieces, but it works. So let's turn the camera back around so you can see. Oh, God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all. Oh, yeah, this crystal, this foil caddy is fantastic. I love it. It's the one that my grandpa used. Alright, I'm questioning my life choices, but let's just keep going and just pretend like I'm not gonna have to do that, 16 times. Also, someone mentioned the grinder plastic. So I accidentally ordered, these are an inch, and the insert that goes in here is only fits 3/4 of an inch. So I just took it out and I just haven't put it back in, and I actually don't know where it is. So yeah, Noctis, my friend, you might have seen his stream on here before. I've posted him a few times. Dr. Firefly, he always says that it's not a glass stream unless I get hurt. So Terry made a sticker for me of the Band-Aids, and it's brilliant, and I just love it. Let's pull you back over here. There we go. This is a little tall, so let's shave some off the top. Perfect. Just perfect. Need a little bit off the top again. It's kind of cool when you do a lot of pieces like this, like really repetitive pieces. You kind of start getting the hang of how they're supposed to look with no, like, even if there's no markings on them. Anytime I do my Patreon sun catchers, like towards the end, I barely have to use the pattern because I make 15 of them. So this is wonky. Yep. Could already feel it. Feel it in my bones. Yes, absolutely, Mags. That pattern is free to use for personal and commercial use. All of my patterns, if they're free or you pay for it, you can use them commercially or just for yourself. You can even change the patterns and whatever. I don't care. If I offer it for free, it is for free. And you can do what you want. Except don't sell the actual pattern. That's all I ever ask, is don't like take the PDF and start selling it to people because it's supposed to be free. But yeah, absolutely. I would love to see them. Post away, Miss Megs. I saw one. I could see one when you posted your pictures. Also, speaking of patterns, so if you don't already know, which I'm sure you have, I've already said it, but I have a Patreon where I do, for one of the levels, it's $9 a month, and it's 2 patterns a month that you get to vote on, and you can use them for anything. And this month, one of the patterns is a little bumblebee butt sticking out of a flower. It's so cute. Hi, Gish. Thank you so much. Oh, I thought you might like this. This has been a secret that I finally am like, whatever. It's already so close to being done, halfway done. So if anyone, no one would have time to steal this if they wanted to. It's awesome to be on the live chat, watching Rachel work. Ah, thanks. Thanks, Ray. Bless ya. Bless your heart for being here. How are you doing today, Gish? Yes, the bee booty. I really want to make one. It's so precious. Because, like, people voted on bees, and I was like, how can I make this not just be a bee and honeycombs? Because I wanted to kind of make it a little different. So it's this fat little bumblebee booty just poking out of a flower. I want to make it, too. I'm going to make it. Good to hear. Oh, I have an itch right on the top of my gosh darn tootin' little head. Okay, there we go. No one got time to cut out 160 times. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Actually, it's only like 130, Dizzy. So, you know, correction. Let's grind up some of these clear pieces. I'm gonna have to do, like these pieces, I'm gonna have to do them in the, ring saw probably. Actually, let's try. Hold on. I want to try and see if we can get enough cut out of this. Where's my cutting tool, bro? Oh, it's up here. The little bee booty that I did, though, the little bee butt is not that many pieces. Yeah, this is only 130, so, actually, correction. It's just this part right here that I worry about. I worry about that breaking. I might have to make the arch a little bit less prominent. Thanks, Megs. All right. I don't know. It's making me a little nervous. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Megs. This for sure. I don't know why. Oops, sorry. I don't know why I left this tiny little ding-a-ling. I'll blame it on you. Yes, I'll blame it on you. Oh, okay, that's actually not too bad. I'm not gonna do any more. I'm just gonna grind this down so you can see we have a lot better archway to work with. And I don't actually think I'm gonna take it in too much more. Now, something that you might be noticing me doing is I don't have a lot of pieces sitting on the actual plastic grating. Now, the reason for this is I need to order a new one of these plastic grates. I grind so much that there's like a divot right here. So this on the sides is higher plastic than what's right here, and it catches a lot right about here and right about over here. So I tend to hold my pieces up when I'm grinding. Just because it's easier than it catching. So, if you're wondering why I'm doing that, that's why. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. It still has the effect that I want, even though it's not as, like, concave. Ugh. What this little itchy spot on my head is. Okay, where's my clear glass? Up here. Let me get this foil out of here. I'm not gonna foil anymore. Okay, so there's that, and then what I'll do is I can just adjust these accordingly, adjust this piece accordingly so it matches a little bit better, and then I'll just do the same side, same thing on the other side. Oi, oi, what the moth are you up to? Oh, you know, grinding. Grinding and carrying on. See, I don't know if you notice that it keeps catching. It's really annoying though. It's really obnoxious. Gotta go. Have a great remainder of your stream. Can't wait to see this finish. Thank you so much, Sarah. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I will see you next time. Thank you for the follow. If someone followed, thank y'all. Okay, you can't really tell because it's clear, but this needs to be taken in just a tiny, smidgy little smidgen. So I'm just going to smooth this out a little more. I'm just trying to take a little bit of the bulk off while retaining the shape. Did you see the sleeves I made for the acid brushes? Yes, I did, Nanu. Those are awesome. Love it. I think that's good. That looks like a good little fit there. Perfect. Okay, what is scrap and what is not? These are not scrap. This is not scrap. These are tiny little scraps. Oh, when your scraps are bigger than your pieces. The struggle, y'all, the struggle. Hi, Jim. Welcome in. I can make you a 3D file to print a new floor around the bit if you have a 3D printer, someone to print it, or a P.O. box for me to send you one. Ooh. Wait, how would I do that, though? Because I don't mind not having the actual floor that butts up against it. It's just this part is really annoying. I'm having the worst month of my Etsy shop. How is yours? Honestly, Jim, mine is about the same. But I don't have, like, a lot of perpetual pieces that I always keep in stock. I do, like, regular shop updates, so I build hype off of the platform. Most of my sales recently do come from just, like, people buying patterns and just, like, random passersbys. But I know that Etsy updated a lot of different stuff, so I'm wondering, if you're being affected by, like, some sort of change in algorithm. What kind of stuff do you sell, Jim? Yeah, it's the grid around it, because I don't mind not having an insert here. Like, I don't mind this lip being here, if that makes sense. It's just the grid around it is, like, so worn down that it actually is concave. Like, it rolls down. So I just need to see if I can order a new one of these, or just possibly get a new grinder, which I'm gonna stay with Inland, I think, because I love it. Stained glass mirrors and sun catchers. Oh, I see. Yeah, I haven't noticed any downtrend, but I honestly don't keep a huge, like, eye on my stats. I kind of just focus on, like, commissions and then my shop updates. So if people come to my shop to get patterns, that's cool. If not, I'm not super worried about it most of the time. The grinder. No. There's a strike currently due to the fee increases for sellers. That might be why. I saw that. I was considering doing that because there's a lot of things that Etsy has introduced that I don't really like, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much of a difference it would make. I know that it's like one person isn't a huge amount, but then if everyone does it, it's great. But, you know, maybe I should shut my shop down for a little bit in solidarity. Because it is stupid. They're increasing their... So they have a listing fee, a transaction fee, and a processing fee now. So I'm pretty sure the total fees are up to about 8%, which is a lot. Ko-fi or Ko-fi. Etsy just gets worse and worse. That's what I know. I know. I need to just sit down and do the research, but I'm really intimidated by the tax portion of it. So making sure, because Etsy makes it so easy to do all the sales taxes and stuff. Ugh. I need to talk to people. This is something I want to get away from Etsy, but my conversion rate is down like to 0.2% this month. That's crazy. My conversion rate when I first started was like 0.1%, and then it's actually, I think, at about 0.2, or it's at 2% right now, but it might be lower. I don't know. That's very frustrating. I'm sorry that your shop has been affected and that you're seeing lower numbers, Jim. Also, if you want to post any links to any of your stuff, Jim, please feel free to post them. I like seeing other people's work and I like seeing what they do. So feel free to self-promote. I don't mind at all. Oh. The conversion rate, I'm pretty sure their conversion rate is how many views you get per how much money you make. So your ideal conversion rate is you want to have a 2%, like, I'm bad at numbers, but basically it's how much money you're making per the actual views. Also, yeah, the bleh. The grinder I have is an Inland Whistling CG, and I love this thing. This is the one my grandpa used, and this thing is still kicking and punching and screaming, just doing its little thing. I love it, and I have abused this thing. Odyssey glass, if you'd like to check it out. Yes, I will. Thank you so much. Let me write it down. Whew. Shaky hands. Woo, sorry. Shaky camera, shaky hands. Odyssey. Is that a good enough fit? It's a little tight right on this curve, so let's make this a little bit more pronounced. Grinding takes so long. This is my least favorite part of the process, y'all. Let's zoom you back in. Zoom you back in a little bit. We'll keep working on this tiny green stuff up here. Absolutely destroy our fingertips. See, conversion rate should be orders per visits. I actually have an Etsy shop too, but I can't afford the strike. Ah, thank you for the explanation. I'm sorry I'm not better at definitions of stuff. I saw, like, there's the new thing that they introduced recently too was the star seller. I saw someone talk about how, like, really if being a star seller only helps them, like, it's not really for the sellers. It's like it helps Etsy more than anything else because it's bringing more traffic to them. So I don't care about getting the star seller symbol, whatever. It's not something I worry about. There's some messages that I can't get to them in a day. Like, if someone messages me on Friday night at like 10, I don't check my store. I don't do anything business related on Saturday. So I don't know if they count just, if it's just business days or what, but like sometimes I am not on my Etsy. I'm not a hawk for messages, and I don't like Etsy penalizing me for not making Etsy messages my waking, breathing life. So you have to respond to all messages in like less than 24 hours to even qualify or something. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to have this company that I give money to dictate if I am and am not something. I'm going to continue doing what I want. So, does that make sense? Does that sound rude? I don't know. I don't feel like dealing with all that. And if I don't get the star seller, whatever, I'm not too concerned about it, personally. Yeah, thank you for your input, Jim. I'm glad to kind of hear what I was thinking as like a confirmation, at least from anecdotal confirmation from at least one person. I don't feel like it would have that much of an effect. I have over 1,000 sales and I have really high reviews, so I feel like people are more interested in that versus if you're a star seller. Thank you for following. For people that are following, I'm sorry that I can't see who's following. It's behind my thing, but thank you. Going to use hobby came all in this piece? Yes, I am. So I want to... I don't know if I want to use it for these leaves, but... Actually, the bottom would be really annoying to do hobby came on. I don't know. Actually, I take that back. I'm undecided. Undecided, Mags. I was originally thinking hobby came, yes. But now that I'm looking at these... It wouldn't be, like, impossible, but this is already turning... This is already probably going to be a full 24 hours of work that's going to have to go into this, which is crazy. I don't imagine Etsy does much for sales for you. They're just a storefront while you are making the product and making the traffic. Yeah, I agree, Dizzy. They actually started doing something recently. Yeah, so they actually started doing something recently that I was not aware of, that they advertise on your behalf, and then if you get sales, I don't think you can opt out of it, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But they advertise on your behalf, and then without checking if you want it, and then if they bring you a sale, they take a percentage of it. So they're just like, ooh, here, we'll advertise for you, but give us the money. And you're just like, wait, I didn't ask you to do that. So it's just like, what? What are you doing? Are you just for real? For real? You're just gonna advertise for me and then be like, thanks for the money. What? Is that, it doesn't sound legal. But I guess it is. Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw, because I was looking through my monthly statements for a month, back, I think this was in like February, and because I got a notification that was like, congratulations, you made your first like Etsy advertising sale, and I was like, what is that? And then I looked, and they took a percentage of this sale from a pattern, and I was like, why did that happen? And then I read about it, and they were like, we advertised for you, so we took a cut of it. And I was just like, what? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. I don't know if there's some setting that I can go in and change. I don't get anything from that. Like, most of the sales are coming from my YouTube and live streams and Instagram presence and stuff. But I was just like, bro, you are way overstepping your boundaries right now. Please stop. Oh, I have a hair in my eye. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Rachel. I figured it was. It just wasn't enough of a big deal for me to go in and change it, like I said. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous to me that they can just do that automatically. I'm gonna go in and change that, even though I don't get a lot of offset. Maybe I have been and I just haven't been looking at it. My lord. I'm gonna want to throw some hands if they've been taking that much, but I haven't seen it come up. Thank you so much for clarifying that for me. to you on Discord. Thank you so much, Dizzy. Ooh, that fit. Ooh, that fit is so good. I am so hungry right now. It is absurd. You can't opt out if you make more than 10K a year. What? Hold on. I don't want to short my computer out, but I genuinely need to look into that because that is theft. Like I'm not already being raked over the coals with inflation and taxes. My lord. Big news there. Yeah. I feel like we can grind that down. Sorry I keep moving you around so much. I just want y'all to get a good view. Reminds me of the Mafia. Seriously, though. Seriously. Molly, what do you think of that? Etsy is taking my money that you and I worked so hard on. You are just as much entitled to that money as me, Molly. Molly. Let's do our obligatory Molly saying hello to the stream. Whoops. Say hello, Molly. She doesn't seem real sometimes, but she is. She is real. All right, we go over there. Quit looking in my art room, everyone. You nosies. Getting nosy. Like you could even help it. There we go. That's what I've heard too. They're not helping themselves by targeting the biggest makers. Bro, what? That is insane to me. I'm gonna look into this more. I just hadn't even thought about it. Alright, let's keep grinding. Grind our cares away. Alright, just for safety's sake for this piece, I smoothed it out to the Sharpie line instead of like on the inside of the Sharpie line. So, ooh, it actually fits really well. Alright, great. So then we just gotta shave off the top of this little gumdrop. There we go. Woo! Do you use Sharpie paint pen to mark your lines? All I do is I use metallic Sharpies, which are water-based. So I use metallic and black Sharpies, but depending on the glass, I will use black or silver, or just metallic in general. But I haven't used the paint markers specifically. Yeah, I haven't used the paint pens. I've only ever used standard Sharpie and then the metallic Sharpie. So some people have really bad problems with them. I personally don't. Although it might just be that I've been doing it for so long that I'm just good at eyeballing pieces and I don't necessarily need the Sharpie marks super reliably. So I don't know. It might just be difference in people and like how their brains work and stuff, and because I think I'm a pretty, like, I have a pretty good spatial awareness, which I think helps translate to grinding glass. So all right, this piece is over here, so let's do 7, and I actually need to cut this one out, just a little shard, and then I think we'll start working more on the little green pieces for the outside the circle. Okay, so we need to bring this up and this in and straighten it out a bit. My Sharpie lines come off when I grind, so do the lines stay on better with the metallic Sharpie? They stay on a bit better, because it is water resistant. If it's allowed to dry and stuff, it stays on a little bit better. Like you can see, like I smoothed this piece out and it still has metallic Sharpie on it. The black does not hold up. So a lot of times I use the black when I'm able to get like a really precise cut, or, you know, sometimes I'll use the black because it goes on a little easier. And then if I know that I'm going to have a problem spot that I'm going to need to grind a bunch, then I'll go over the black with silver Sharpie. So it's really just all personal preference, trial and error, whatever, what have you. I think this needs to come up just a little bit more on the bottom. Now, how I'm holding this glass up off of the grid, I explained why I'm doing that. There is a downside to doing that, where sometimes the glass will kind of like slip out of your fingers. And like, so you'll have the grinder bit like right here, like it'll be up against the grinder bit, and sometimes it'll do that. And then you'll get a grinder mark on your glass and you have to redo it. It's just me struggling because I need to just order a new grid. So don't do what I do. Don't make life harder for yourself like I do. But I just wanted to say that, give that little warning if you're going to start doing that, that make sure you have a nice... I never let it dry. It never works well for me. Yeah, so some people, they prefer the paint markers. Some people just prefer to have the, like, glue it on. I personally don't have too many problems with doing it with Sharpie. Sometimes I'll have to redraw the Sharpie marks, but it's just personal preference. Nothing that I say is law, right? Like, it's not like you have to do it this way, but this is just how I do it. Okay, so we have those done. Let's start working on these tiny pieces. So I'm going to move these out of the way. Move this out of the way. I just... Rachel is the law. No, I'm not. No. I'm still learning things. Every day I'm learning things. So I don't want anyone to ever, like, be like, you have to do it this way. If that's how I say it. This is just how I do it. My black Sharpie sucks. I've since used a paint pen. I'm having way better results with the marks staying on when grinding. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. I need to get a paint pen. I've been meaning to try it. I have an old one and it never, like, I tried using it and it, like, never dried, I think because it was too old. So, oh god, I just had my first major goof. I left my soldering iron on all night. Thankfully I didn't burn my new house down. Anyone else? So, I have had that happen one time where I left my iron on, but I asked Brian if he could check it before, because I always go to bed before him. And this was in our old house. And I was like, can you go check my iron? And it's like this kind of inside joke that we have where I like am always paranoid about leaving it on. So there was one time that he was like, your iron was on, which meant it was on all day. And it's like a ritual at night before I go to bed. I actually don't do it now that we live here because my shed it's an outside journey to go back into my house. So, okay, Mags, thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy your shopping, and I'll see you next time. But it's part of my checks at night. So when I'm closing down the shed, I'll tell Brian, like, I'm gonna go close down the shed. I unplug everything. The only thing I leave plugged in is my laptop and my label printer. Sometimes I unplug that. But I unplug everything. I double check my iron. I actually like quadruple check my iron because I'm so paranoid of leaving it on. So that's part of my checks. I turn all my lights off. I turn my air conditioner off. Empty out my dehumidifier. Unplug everything. Quadruple check my iron. And that way I don't have to come back. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Hi, Gary. Welcome. How are you? Good morning. We're grinding the tiniest pieces you ever saw. Why did I do this to myself, you ask? I don't know. Because it'll be worth it. Yeah, I'm right there with you, D. I am super, super paranoid about it. It's been like an ongoing thing. And when we used to live in the house, every night, I would check it every single night before I went to bed. But then I'd be like, Brian, can you go check my iron? He'd be like, yes. All right. Mere shattered little shards. Ooh, but it's gonna look so good. It's gonna be so worth it. Rachel, do you have a larger piece of scrap glass you can use to put down and then put the piece you're grinding on top instead? of that and hit the grinding wheel. Probably. I probably could do that. These pieces are way too small to even have it on a platform, I think, though. So with these small pieces, I usually would default to lifting them up. But I like that idea, Ray. I don't think the... plug in my soldering iron and fume extractor in the same power strip. Fume extractor fan noise lets me know to turn my... It's a good idea. I like that. I actually do that too, but then my laptop is plugged into my power strip, so I just unplug. I unplug everything. It's really annoying in the mornings because I have to come in and like plug everything back in, but I just have that as part of my mental check. Unplug. The Chicago fire was caused by a cow knocking a soldering iron on the floor, my lord. Thank you for coming in with that anxiety, Jupiter, and making sure that no one ever leaves their soldering iron on again. My power strip does have an on-off button. It's just I plug other stuff into my power strip, so because I don't have as many outlets. Yeah, coming in with those facts. Super facts. Okay. That tail is very long. Let's grind this down a bit. Go. Torture. This is torture. This needs to come down a little bit. There we go. Thank you so much, Dee. I'm very excited about it. I already love it. Just having those 4 pieces done. 4 down, 12 more to go. We're killing it. We're killing it, y'all. I actually don't have enough pieces cut out, so that's fine. We'll just continue until we can't. How does this go? Tiniest little gosh darn pieces you ever did see, like little Tic Tacs. Maybe the beauty of this pattern is that no one would actually want to try to replicate this because it's so annoying. So maybe I set myself up for some good theft. It's a good theft-proof pattern. Raid incoming! Hello! Who's raiding? I don't know why it didn't show up. Wow. Oh my gosh, oh! Yeah. Buttery! Oh my gosh! Hi! Oh, my notifications are weird because I have a different screen. Welcome, everyone!
Oh, yeah.
What? Another raid? 65? Oh my lord. Hi everyone. Let me zoom out so you all can see what we're working on. Thank you so much for the follows. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hello. How was your stream, Buttery? Was it nice? Let me bring my phone over here. Thank you so much for the follows, everyone. I'm sorry that my notifications are not up. but love y'all. It's a buttery love bus. How is the stream? Lovely to see you. Thanks so much, Buttery. Thank you so much. I'm so excited that you rated with this when I'm doing this. Thank you so much for the follows, everyone. Welcome. For those who don't know me, my name... Oh, it's so loud. My name is Rachel. I'm a full-time stained glass artist. This is for an upcoming shop update that I have, which is the Greenhouse Collection. I'll show you what I've made for the Greenhouse Collection so far. None of this is jewelry, by the way, so this is all just for looks and for art to hang up. Yeah, I actually went on a tirade about safety this weekend, and I just got my lead levels tested today, so we are making sure we're safe. So I do like little paintings. I'm sure you all have seen me buggering down the Discord, Buttery's Discord, with my stuff, but if you haven't, this is the kind of stuff I do. I use glass paint, and I paint little things like this, little charms, and I have little bears that I make. Also, thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate that. So I painted like these little sunflowers for this little sunny bear. And then I made a little mushroom bear because I love mushrooms. Look at him, little mushy bear. So the Greenhouse Collection, I'm making all this stuff. Little just mushrooms and flowers and all sorts of fun stuff. And then there's this, which is the centerpiece of the collection. So today what we're working on is I am grinding the glass down. You can see my little goblin fingers over here. Magic. So actually I want to do more bears with different types of mushrooms too, but my shop update is in 2 weeks, or just under 2 weeks. It's on Friday the 22nd, and my lord, I have a lot to do. So I have like little tiny moths too. Yay, that I'm adding little painted details. So welcome. What did you do today, Buttery? What were you working on? Cookies! Cookies and solder. Don't hate me, Buttery. Don't hate me. Let me wipe my hands off real quick. I live on a farm. You might be able to hear the rooster in the background. They like to just stand around my art shed and cock-a-doodle-doo. Solder! I left my desk for 15 minutes and look how many people! Yes! So, Buttery Smooth rated me, Kara. Buttery Smooth rated me. If you haven't seen his stream, you have to check it out. He is just a hoot and a half. He is just a hoot and a holler, and just love those little cotton socks. Bless his cotton socks for sure. Doing a picture of the Witcher Geralt. It's an old piece that I came back to. Oh, beautiful. I'll have to check it out. I bet it's fantastic. Alright, so you can see right now we're working on these tiny, finicky little pieces. These pieces are like a centimeter long, like they're like a grain of rice. It's ridiculous. So I'm just grinding them and trying not to pull my hair out as I do that, because there's just, I torture myself with small pieces. Repeatedly, I come back to it. There's so many tiny little details, and then I complain about it, and then I just do it again. So, you know, it's my fault. I do this to myself. Oh, yeah, Kara, you have to. Buttery is just the best. He's the best. The best around. No, definitely nothing to compete with his little 2.5 there. He loves biscuits. And Wobbetide, you mentioned cookies. I know. He comes on here, he raids me, and then I just stomp all over him with my cookies and my solder. Trust me, I have enough British friends now that I'm just like, I constantly am like, solder? I question myself all the time. Alright, let's get back to grinding. You can see how tiny these little pieces are. I'm like barely able to grind them down. It's got a bloody L in it! Solder! Silver. I know, y'all. I know. I can't help my Americanness. I'm just too American for my own good. Bless my heart. I know it. Aluminium. I know. You're gonna come on here and you're gonna be horrified by my American accent and my words. It's just part of it. You chose to follow me, those who are here. If you followed me, it's your fault. I stand by what I say. Soul deer. Soul deer. That's a good medium. Middle ground. There we go. Words. It's a good middle ground. Soul deer. Soldier? Yes, all of it. See, it did it. It did it. That's what I've talked about, where it's, these little pieces are hard to grind because sometimes they flip like that. Ooh, it actually didn't do it. Okay, great. ZJ, hello! There's some meme that says there are 3 things that are hard to say as sad piano plays in the background. Anyone sees it? No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Oh? Oh, well, I'm gonna just start saying soldier. Soldier. See, but like, it sounds really good when someone with a British accent says it, but then me with my like American accent, I feel like it sounds really out of place if I'm like solder. It sounds too nice, right? I have to have those harsh A's. Solder. Hi, ZJ. Thank you so much for coming in. I will be waiting patiently for your link. I torture myself with these tiny pieces. Just torture. But it's okay. It's gonna be worth it. We just have to keep telling ourselves that it's going to be worth it in the end. I mean, you can already see like the effect it's going to have is really cool. This is my first kind of like traditional stained glass style thing that I think I've made. I know! Y'all came in at the best project, for real. Oh, where did it go? There it is. Monkey foot, the grinder has a little switch on the side. So I'll try to show you in just a moment when I go back to it. There we are. I don't like this song. Okay. Alright, I will have to check it out. Could you also put it in the Discord for me later, ZJ? Because I can't, like, leave the chat, otherwise I won't be able to see what people are saying. So yeah, there's a little tiny switch right here. Boop, boop. So if you leave your grinder on the entire time you're grinding, it'll get too hot. I say, how marvelous! Isn't it? Isn't it? Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's coming right along. Oh, beautiful. There's clear glass here, so you can kind of tell. It starts grinding on your nerves too. Heck yeah. Y'all are wild. Too wild. My goodness. I think we should be able to finish this in the next few days. Ugh, the foiling is going to take forever for this, though. It is ridiculous. So what I do, so for those who are not familiar with stained glass at all, what I do is referred to as the Tiffany method of stained glass, Tiffany style glass. So I'm sure you've heard of that name, where what you do is you take copper foil. So once your pieces are all smoothed out, you take this copper foil tape and you wrap it around every single piece. I expect the foiling for this to take no less than 5 hours minimum. Yeah, monkey foot, you read my mind. It's gonna be awful. I'm not excited for it at all, but it's fine. Look at that. Let's pretend. And then we still have to do the circle too. I don't know if I'm gonna just have it be one solid piece in the middle, or if I want to cut up those little tiny pieces once I cut a circle. I don't really want to do that, but like we might as well just go the distance, right? I know. I tortured myself. I really do, and I knew this was going to be pretty bad. So before I actually split up a lot of these pieces, so originally these pieces right here, these three were originally supposed to be one piece. I looked at pictures of Atlas moths and I was like, I need to split it up. So with that being one piece, this is 115 pieces. And there's other things that I've split up as well, so it's actually probably closer to 130. I hope it's worth the time. I think it will be. I think it will be. Alright. We got a lot done today. Not really. We got a decent amount of stuff done, but grinding tends to take a while. So, I added a foot switch pedal on my grinder. Ooh, I didn't know that was actually a thing. Wow. Alright, so I hate to do this because Buttery just raided me, but I live out in the middle of the woods and I don't have a dedicated internet connection. Also, my chat is right here, so. Have you ever sneezed or nudged the table and lost a hard to find piece? Yes. More often than not, it's like I'll be like moving stuff around it and then like a piece will fall off and there'll be like this tiny little piece like lost down there. Most of the time I can find it though. But I live out in the middle of the woods. I have a 5G wireless hotspot that I use for my internet. So I can only stream for 2 hours at a time, and I started it 2 hours ago. So in order to keep my 4 times a week schedule, I will have to end the stream, but I want to find someone to raid. So let me open up my internets real quick. We'll see who we can find on the Twitch. I'm sorry, Buttery. Otherwise I can't stream for longer than that, or like I can't stream all month. I have a 100 gigabyte limit. It's just I live out in the middle of nowhere. Just it is what it is. Let's go to a fellow Floridian. We're gonna go to the Articulate Reptile. He makes bone things with like reptile bones and makes like mushrooms out of them. It's so cool. I hope he's on right now. I don't know if he just started, but he's all right. We're gonna go to him. So the Articulate Reptile. Y'all are gonna love it. Why did it type it backwards? Bro. Bro. Hold on. Don't leave. We have to go give this my friend love. Stand by. I don't know why it typed... okay. Raid the Articulate Reptile. Great. Thank you so much for the raid again, Buttery. I really appreciate it. I am so sorry that I have to end the stream when, like, there's a lot of people here, but I have to stay on my schedule. Otherwise, I can't stream, and Brian won't be able to stream either. So, it looks like everyone is good to go on Twitch, so thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you give the Articulate Reptile lots of love. He's really cool. I hope he's actually streaming and not, like, starting, but I can't check because my internet freaks out. So, thank you so much for my Twitch people, and we're gonna raid right meow, and thank you again, Buttery. Make sure everyone goes and follows Buttery for those who are not already following him that were watching me. And, we're gonna raid meow. And then for, yes, okay, perfect. And then for everyone else, thank you so much for watching. I will be back Thursday at noon Eastern time. And we'll catch you later. Take care, everyone. Thanks for hanging out and keeping me company. And